think the up one or the down one should go on the upside?
I think I'm doing this
Habified on the
right.
downscalator.
Yeah. That wasn't a live signal. That was like, stop the train.
Oh,
I was
bad.
because I was like, okay, cool. What time is it? I was like, we're starting exactly at 8, but it was like the
happened.
bumper ended, and I have it different sequences, and I was like, fuck, I'm trying to click at the same time. Anyways, welcome to the Friday Fall, everybody. Here we are. We're
This
here.
is us.
Yeah. I know you guys missed us. We've been gone for a whole week.
A week.
This is what it would be like if your dads came home. Anyways, how is everybody? What is up?
Good. How you doing?
What's popping? That snaps.
Is that still a thing? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Are you good?
Man.
Are you smelling toast right?
I fucking wish.
Is
dude.
it burnt?
The-
Are you hungry?
My dog Daisy gets all the money, so.
Tasting pennies.
I don't feel my
Somebody give me a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, Geekus, you and I haven't been on a show in a while. Anything exciting happening in your life? You pregnant yet or anything?
No, but I have been having a lot of morning sickness lately, so maybe.
They're gonna say sex.
No, what's that? Hello, have you seen my shirt? Have you seen my shirt?
I think you might do well at Comic-Con.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. Turns out it's just a lot of dudes.
Like a 400-pound Sailor Moon. Anyway,
They're called femboys. No.
She is a moon.
Stewie Rug, you look like you got your ears lowered, buddy. Anything else happening this week?
Well, I pushed my sewer camera through the filthiest sewer line I have ever seen, just to start the show off right. 40 feet of.
I don't want to hear what you and Vandal are doing in your downtime.
Link in bio.
Oh,
Check the profile. if you
Scope in
really
the
want.
channel. I don't want to know. I don't want to
Channel
know.
time.
Hello.
Besides that, just been cleaning up the Winnebago. Getting ready for this intergalactic venture we're on.
I wish we would have got Sewer Rug a space helmet. So it looks like he's out spacewalking.
I've worn a lot of helmets in my life, never a space one. So,
First time for everything.
I know
Yeah,
Anthony
both
wasn't
are
interested,
fun.
but I just gotta know: is it a 40-foot long solid piece of poop or something? Now I'm intrigued.
4-inch diameter pipe, compacted 40 feet of solid waste. We're talking months of debris, right? Meals, right? I could say about a week would give you about 3 inches of compaction in a 4-inch diameter pipe. So, yeah, it was, and then it was just pulling, and then I was trying to shut the door to the vacant house that was abandoned, and I was slamming it, and it was shut, and it wouldn't slam shut, and I disturbed the wasp nest, and he stung me behind the ear, slapped him, and I was like, I'm leaving, and I drove home like this, and I was like, fuck this job. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Shitty and stinky. That's the worst combination.
And then
As long as it wasn't windy.
And then I showed the agent the next morning. I'm like, what do you think? He's like, it's not so bad here or here, but all of this, not great. Not great.
It's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
I'm glad Arn brought it up. He said, who wrote the copy for the IG advert? That was all Sewer Rug.
Yeah.
Voice, writing. I gave him an idea and let him run with it. So that was all him.
Are you the lawyer that's going to sue me? Ern?
You're good. You're
You've been
good. You're
served.
good.
And Ern,
Okay.
that flower that you got that smells like orange zest is probably heavy in limonene terpenes. I've been learning.
Fancy
Oh.
word.
I just look at the percentage of THC content.
Yeah, no, as do most people, or the size of the bud that has anything to do with
Yeah.
how it's going to act. But yeah,
People sleep on popcorns, man, but you could use them for cooking. They're great for smoking. Anyways, Anthony, you are all set up in the home office theater.
I am. Yeah. It sounds a little different here for me anyway, because it's all wood floors and everything. So it echoes pretty bad, but I got the green screen all set up. I got a whole wall covered in green screen because, I need a whole wall covered in green screen. But yeah, I've got everything set up, a bunch of lights, and yeah, it's working out pretty good.
Yeah, you sound great, actually. You sound a lot better than you did at the office. I will say that.
Good.
Yeah. Like
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You could do opera or something. I don't know.
No.
Is that what people do? Anyways, I'm gonna shout out chat before I get too far into this.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Shout out.
When Ducky Shine says, I got an early start tomorrow, so I won't be in tonight. Hope the show is awesome and everyone has a great weekend. Cheers, motherfuckers. Cheers to you, Tucky. Ern says he's too high to be clever And Sewer Rug says, I'm never clever, even high. And then Ern's flirting with him. I'm not going to read it. Graham Basky says, good afternoon, baked potatoes. Ern also says the flower thing. You already hit that. Patrick Conquest Pants says, goddamn Neil Young song was too long. Couldn't finish it before the show. I think he made it was too long. I appreciate
He was
that.
knocking on a cellar door.
Steve-O says you were just getting the milk, talking about, the dad's walking away for a week. And then, yeah. Ern says also great job with commercial. It was a great commercial. I'm pretty sure that you improv all your stuff for the most part, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of just go with the moment, one take and walk away. It's that easy.
One take.
Well, I sent you 6 voices of one script. I wrote it down. I wrote it down on the thing. It's all right here.
Like, I'm pretty quick, but one take for everything is a little.
No, I read the original and then I was like, I have to change at least one word in each one of these sentences so I don't get sued. And then Ern called me out, so now I'm sweating. It's fine.
Well, because he sent it to me, and I'm listening to a few different voices that he does, and as soon as I heard that one, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. Like, I knew it was going to be animated. I knew I had stuff like set aside. I'm like, yeah, that's going to work for that. Perfect. So that was fun. Yeah, it turned out great. I think it turned out better than I expected to. So it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Ern says it's named Baijiu cross between sugar cake and garlic cocktail. 25% THC, only 16 plants in this batch. Gotta see if there's more terp info. That's a lot of Spanish, man.
Anthony probably knows.
I get like why you would name weed strands after certain things, like because of citrus, and stuff like that. But I don't know if I'd ever want to smoke a weed named garlic. Like that just sounds weird to me. Is that like Italian?
It does. It does sound a little bit weird. Sometimes they get names from like the combination of two strains that come together. That's probably the most common thing that you see anymore. But I've never heard of a
garbanzo beans and ligba. Is that the two?
It's like the diesels, which I'm not a fan of the gasoline taste. I don't know why anybody is, but there are people out there that really like that. So
yeah, the only time you should appreciate the taste of diesel is in your cocaine. Anyways, Anthony's put together a great show for us.
Yeah,
today.
Before we get to the rub down, I wanted to show you guys something real quick. This came up on my Instagram. Like somebody started following me and then they started going through a bunch of my older posts and they made this like a bunch of little posts. Vandal, if you could read this, I would love you to, because it's tough to read because it makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm just going.
This first picture is the one we did with the Photoshop thing.
Yeah, and I'm going with crazy guy voice then.
Okay, yeah, do your thing,
please.
You're my man. You're going to watch what you put on the internet. I got police in the family. I don't think words that we will kill. I'm going to sell your alcohol any quicker. You should really think about what you post. However, many years ago, you posted that you and Grim Green and the boys wonder why our Instagram bots go crazy for you. Take a look at yourself. You have a good one. The worst part is I understood that.
Good. I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah,
because there's not a single period, comma. There's not any punctuation in it whatsoever, and it's a picture that we did for the Photoshop thing where I was like, buy more White Claw or we will kill you. It was a joke. Like you couldn't tell that was a joke post, and I don't know what that had to do with police, but the other picture with Lil Wayne. It was like, you can't tell this is supposed to be a parody kind of thing. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. The second one. Thank God the feds ain't looking at this page. What's that? I gotta start over. Thank God the feds ain't looking at this page. That screams child. I wonder why we have problems in the industry. God bless fake QE. I can't see anybody died of cancer. I just lost my dad 6 months ago. What?
And the picture is not of a child.
No.
it's animated, but it's not. It's obviously it's a grown woman. So
that's the worst part.
It was for a 420 sale that we had for legitimately legal products that the feds would have nothing to say about. So I don't know what's going on there.
So, anyway. I know what's going on with this guy. say it after all this.
Okay.
God. Sorry, I had Chinese food. I'm not in sober then. I don't know how long it's been. I don't smoke that grass. I want to hear this guy's voice. I want to hear him say this out loud. Because I can barely say it.
I was wondering if it was one of you guys screwing with me or somebody that we all are supposed to know, because I have no idea who this guy is or girl. I mean, it could be, or they. I don't know.
Yeah. The last one's my favorite. That's pretty shady. God bless NASA. God bless the president in the United States.
He's in there. He's in there, all right.
As opposed to the president outside of the United States, I suppose.
There is no president. There's only one president, brother. I know exactly who this guy, not who they are, but who they are. So a while back, a lot of us, we're all vape related. I don't have to explain this. We had that whole thing where, if you like the flavor of anything, a strawberry, all of a sudden you're marketing to kids because who eats candy? Kids, no, my fat ass does as an adult. And we had this thing go around where, people use cartoons and animation, artistic expressions everywhere. It's prevalent in marketing because he creates and invokes an emotion, and people think of, their fucking shitty vape juice or good vape juice as something that they're going to project onto you. So, I like pirates, so this is called the pirate's booty, or whatever it's called. And so we had this big problem where, everyone was, doing it like the alcohol back in the day or cigarettes, oh no, you use colors and bright stuff and flavors. You're obviously marketing the kids and shit like this. It's no, dude, I know 8-year-olds that smoke Marlboros. They make us look like pussies. Anyways, for a long time, it was very vilified to use any kind of advertising that wasn't just vape, plain vape.
Well, you have to have cleavage too. To
yeah,
make it,
and tits. Yeah, you never see them complain on that. So anyways, a lot of these guys, girls, gals, they, them, theirs, gold in that mountains, non-binary gold miner would say. They like to take this into effect, thinking that they took the grandstand of I'm gonna stand on my soapbox and tell you you're wrong while vaping your products or using your things and all this stuff. But guess what? That makes me better in the eyes of I guess the Lord. I don't fucking know. And shit like that. And so instead of supporting community or donating to CASA and shit like that, they decided to take the Instagram Instagram activism and to go over there and attack people and do things like this on this high mighty horse while still fucking ordering the custard juice and the fucking strawberry banana dick flavor or whatever the fuck you wanted. And then thinking it makes me better than you because I guess they have some sort of guilt of, oh, I'm using this and these kids are doing it. No, these people need to fucking stop. And it's always people like this that shouldn't, number one, be on the internet, period. Number two, read a fucking book. Number three, introspect on yourself. If you have the time to go through and comment on these pages and attack people and do all this stuff while still indulging in those same vices, I guess you'd call it, you're a fucking loser. I don't care if you see this or not. You probably won't because guess what? You have to be cognizant enough to type the fucking Friday Fallout 2 words, and that guy obviously doesn't have that skill. But I can't stand people like that. We would get that all the time. There were for my job, there was this one guy nonstop, man. It was terrible. And I feel like I do pretty responsible advertising of our products. You know what I mean? You're not going to see fucking... it's usually stylized to the type of product, and there's nothing out there for a kid to find this appeasing, And they, oh, you guys are fucking, oh, that has a color red on it. My son had red shoes. Fuck you, you're fucking ruining this. And then 2 minutes later, I check the system, they just placed an order, of that same product.
Right.
So, yeah, these people are just miserable fucking people, and it's just anything on the internet. And I get it, it's funny for us to laugh at and stuff. But when you see these guys, don't engage them because guess what? You're giving them purpose. You know what I mean? And
no, and that was his whole point. He wanted somebody to engage because there wasn't even any time in between each one of these comments. It was they were all stacked together in my feed, and I'm like, this is just kind of strange. But so Patrick Conquest thinks he might know who this is, which I would. I mean, if it's somebody that we know, I would just like to know who it is because I think it's hilarious. And Steve-O would like to order some of that strawberry banana dick flavor from John. So.
I could make it happen. You got to give me 4 to 6 weeks, and then you got to have your mom sign for it because obviously you're underage. No, but yeah. There's people like that, and then that's the sad part about everything. I'll ramble real quick before we get into everything. But the internet's the greatest and worst invention we've had in the world. It's great because guess what? It's brought up people like us together. You know what I mean? We're here, and I learned some shit about a video game I've played for 10 years. I never knew. I learned how to change a fucking motor in a fucking car door. And shit like that. And then you have these people that sit around on their ass and they fucking feel accomplished by going online, badgering people because in their life they feel pathetic and alone and they have nothing else to do with it. So honestly, kisses to the bitches. Don't become this guy. If you ever feel like you're becoming this guy, I promise you it's not. It's never that deep, bro. Go put a puzzle together or something, man.
Geekus, what's your take? Internet or outernet? Where do you stand?
It's beautiful and horrendous, but much like a train crash or any sort of crash, it's hard not to watch from a distance.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually it's going to fall apart and society will collapse and we'll all not know how to do anything.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm so glad I learned the fucking
Won't be
recorder.
around, thank fucking God.
That one. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to
Recycle.
Geekus. He's
Come.
doing the beard challenge with me, apparently. This is where we're at, guys. I gotta tell you, I think I peaked.
You just
So-
stop.
Yeah, no, it's actually coming in all right. I guess the camera does the do.
You're gonna have people stopping you in Vegas asking where the local mosque is here. In a little bit.
I'm gonna start selling coils.
Either that or become a banker. There's a character in Starfield, and I'm like, holy shit, is that Vandal?
Jesus was a Jew. No.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and then I'll get it out now. I was hoping, I'm sure you guys, the three of you that I allowed to follow me on Instagram saw that I dyed my hair, and I was hoping that the green would work for the green screen, but no, it doesn't. I was hoping to make me look like Anthony. I'm not even joking. I can't even get half a sewer rug, so.
Give or take.
You're doing great, sweetie. I'm proud of you.
Doing my
Long time to
best.
get this far, you know.
But all right, Anthony, what do you got for us tonight? You want me to run that bumper?
Sure, run that beautiful rub down bumper, and we will start rubbing it down.
Run that rub.
I even cropped out rubbing the meat part so we don't get reported.
Oh, come on.
Reported to who? The internet?
Rub reported.
Like that's the part of the show that we're gonna get reported.
That. Perfect.
Not the 12 minutes of talking about weed or or other pictures that I have coming up. None of that. Of course not.
All right, Anthony, it's down.
All right. Well, for the space episode, I planned stuff. One of these segments is probably going to take us a little while, and since we've got a tinfoil hat time tonight, I know that's going to take most of the evening. So I do have a Rotten Potatoes review. Obviously, I have to do a space movie for a Rotten Potatoes review. I have what looks like two new games, but really they're just revamps of old games. Space or Disgrace is coming up. Vandal says he's got a tinfoil hat time, and I actually have something I want to talk about with that as well. And then a new game called Google Foo. So that's what's happening for this evening.
Rotten Potatoes bumper is up.
Sweet. It's great.
It's beanie and
All right,
footagey
Anthony.
and
It makes
good source of fiber.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's do Rotten Potatoes review on the movie Moonfall. This is
I was
actually really, really, really recent. So Moonfall. Let's talk about this. Geekus, you've seen this?
No, I was just going to say I was really hoping it was going to be Earth Girls Are Easy for some reason.
Jeff Goldblum would have been fun for sure, but
Sorry,
I try and
continue.
pick newer things because if it's more than like 4 years old, then Vandal just won't even possibly
years
watch
now.
it. So, but Moonfall is this crazy movie that's got Halle Berry in it as a NASA astronaut. So we're gonna start right there.
Great acting already.
Right. So at the beginning of the movie, they're in space. They come in contact with some kind of alien force that they don't know what it is. They get back to Earth. The one, astronaut on the team that, talks about it, publicly gets, shamed and ridiculed and discredited. And he's giving talks at like the local space like museum thing a few years later. So something happens and the moon starts to fall out of orbit and it's getting closer and closer and closer to Earth. And there's this heavy set nerdy guy, resembles people right here on the panel, who has this crazy idea that the moon is possibly a structure on the inside instead of a planet. And turns out that he's right. And this movie is really out there. I applaud somebody using their imagination to try something new. Visually, this movie is stunning to watch. Storyline wise, it lacks big time. It's just stupid. There's just no way this thing is what they call a mega structure. He spent his whole life talking about this stuff and everybody called him a fool. And then, we find out that he's
redemption.
Basically the alien thing that they saw a few years ago is actually trying to get into the center of this. And it's just this whole crazy mixed up, people with no experience in space or whatever are doing, out there, and you can breathe for some reason, on the moon area, it's dumb. I can understand somebody smoking some weed and getting high and saying, hey, let's write this movie about this. Like I said, watching it, it's kind of awesome as far as the spectacle, but the story is just terrible. So I thought I'd probably put this at about 50%. Like I watched it all the way through, there wasn't any boobs in it, but not that I really want to see Halle Berry's anyway. It's just, it's there. So I was kind of hoping maybe one of the panelists might have perused this ahead of time, but that's okay. I don't know if anybody in chat did.
Chat, let us know. I haven't, and I have to look up, of course, John Bradley. You son of a bitch.
Perfect.
He's if you guys don't know, he's the Jon Snow's best bitch friend in Game of Thrones. It's that character. I'm guessing is the fat nerdy guy. I'm just looking at this.
Yes.
Kelly Yu looks like a Wish brand fucking Miranda Cosgrove. I'll put this on screen, actually. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah. So Patrick Wilson, Halle Berry. I just wanted to see what Halle Berry, I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead here, but I'm not saying typecast either, but I just can't imagine Halle Berry, from everything I've known her, to be like, yes, the quantum neutrons and stuff. You know what I mean?
It's another Denise Richards nuclear physicist.
Yeah,
situation.
But I don't know why Denise Richards seems more believable.
Oh my God, no.
Just it looks alone.
Halle Berry's more believable, but still not very believable.
Yeah. I mean, not as a NASA astronaut. I could see her be working at a college or something, being like a professor or something. But I mean,
I could see her maybe answering the phones and getting coffee, but that's about it.
I've seen her butthole.
That's the one.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
That wasn't her butthole.
Yeah.
That was a butthole double.
It was a bruised banana. Like when you open it.
Stand-in, if you will.
But yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah. No, sir. Nothing?
No, sir. No, sir. No clue.
Oh, wow. The budget was $146 million, and the box office, it brought in 67. Oh.
That's why we haven't seen a Moonfall 2, trust me.
Yeah, Sharknado's on 47. Who knew?
They spent $12
Needs more Tara
on
Reid. Needs more friend of the show, Tara.
Great Wombasky
John
says,
Wick 4 is even on Stars now. Will you guys please watch this stupid movie so we can talk about it?
Oh yeah, I gotta get through.
Why would I watch
2, 3, and 4?
2, 3.
What?
The rest of 2, 3, and 4. Yeah.
You haven't seen? Oh wow.
No.
I saw the first one.
So the Vandal gets
Yeah, I watched the first one. Yeah, right.
That's one of the 4. He knows.
I feel like the John Wick series is like this generation's Mission Impossible. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's
Still
something
doing this
everyone
generation's
sees.
Mission Impossible, though.
Oh come on, Tom Cruise is a fucking psychopath, man.
He's on like 6 or 7 now. I think he went Furious to the moon this time.
Yeah.
Except Furious movies already went to space. So I mean,
Great Wombasky. Sorry.
ninth one.
Great
I want to
Wombasky.
see the Fast and Furious Pitch Black crossover. That's what I'm waiting for.
Where he fights his
wait for that
family.
one.
They have to race on Furia.
Yeah.
You know what? I just watched.
Perfect.
I just watched Riddick, and for some reason, I liked it.
I
Riddick
liked
was
it. I
alright.
thought it was fun.
We all like Riddick.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just don't like Fast and the Furious anymore.
I was like, I think I like.
I still do.
And like Riddick, I was like, hey, I actually like this one. Raising the dog, that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
I liked his like super ignorant male machismo at the end. He's like, keep it warm for me, baby. And it's like, well, don't. Yeah, that might work. Maybe not. I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine.
I know
But
Geekus
Speaking
likes
of Katie Sackhoff, boy, she looks rough nowadays. Wow. The babe of all these space movies is now just it's like Kathleen Turner, but you guys wouldn't know about that. But anyway,
No, let's not go there, sir.
Kathleen Turner looks like they fused her with Jabba the Hutt. It's like,
Ugh.
Give or
Christ.
take. Sure.
Ern says
But,
if you give him a Stars membership, I'll definitely watch it. I think it's like 99 cents for 3 years right now. Stars is desperate.
I don't have it.
They're
Like,
hurt.
the rental has to be less than $5.
Yeah, fuck. You could probably, if you got an Xbox or a fucking, you just get Voodoo app on your fucking computer. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Why
But,
Tubi?
I don't know. Stars.
That's the end of Moonfall. So
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying when they start hitting those lower level laps, I'm like, okay, it's time to fucking watch this. It's gonna show up on Pluto or something here in the next couple of weeks. You
Pluto
know?
or Tubi. That's
Yeah.
That
what
should
I'm
tell
waiting
you
for.
Oh, I'm not gonna get into it yet. Anyway. go ahead.
Oh,
Watch it.
I do like though. I do like when you could tell when Stars spent their whole budget on one movie. Like they had Spider-Man for 6 months, and like every ad you saw, Spider-Man, no way home, no way home, no way home, no way home. Please hurry up and watch before we lose it. Please, please, please. I'm
But
doing
seriously,
something. Like,
you got 2 weeks on this one.
That was Quantumania for me, man. I could not get away from those commercials.
Ugh, so bad.
Oh man. And then I was gonna say, since we're talking about movie stuff, and I know Geekus is a fan of the Fast series, you know, and like I don't mind them. I don't get excited to see them, but I like to watch them. You know what I mean? Like it's shit you do. Yeah, it's like, you know, when you were a kid, you had like GI Joes or Hot Wheels, and the shit you'd imagine
exactly
you doing.
what it is.
That's exactly what it is, you know. But
That's what it is.
yeah, I don't know if you've heard this, but or if any of you guys heard this, they're talking about at Warner Brothers right now a Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover.
Send it. Let's go for it. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I want to see Vin Diesel power slide a T-Rex. Let's do it.
Wouldn't a Fast and the Furious Transformers crossover make more sense?
Literally, Fast and the Furious with almost anything else would be better because dinosaurs and cars. Yeah, you know what? Why not?
Yeah,
Throw
but
it
you
together.
won't get to see like a CGI Paul
Truckosaurus.
Walker. Yeah.
Truckosaurus.
Why
Let's
not a polyfilmerous situation? Fast and Furious, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. The dead velociraptor goes over. Now we're done. You know, like just
That.
All I'm seeing
Are
in
we
my
adding speed
mind
to that as well?
is them
Perfect.
taking like a big four-legged dinosaur and then doing like the Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
just round and round with a car to trip it. Like that's, I'm sorry, but my mind, like if that's
I'd be
not
here
in that
for
movie,
it.
I'll
Where'd
be
you
so
find
for
this
it.
kid, Tony? Like,
You guys ever seen that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back? Where did you find this kid?
Triceratops on the walkie. Stay on target.
yeah. I just want to wait for this inevitable scene though, where it's like a brontosaurus, you know, out there eating some trees, minding its own business, and
Just
then
getting
Dom
ramped.
comes up, yeah, and he jumps off
Ramps
the
him.
one side,
Yeah.
and then he throws out the fucking metal rope, wraps around the neck, and then the car fucking
You
spins
guys ever seen
around.
what production company guys do? Because this is what production company guys do.
Yeah.
If only we had money, we could make this happen.
Yeah,
Please, let's not make this happen.
Patrick says,
Let's
"Great
yes.
Scott."
Oh, Christopher Lloyd still's got it.
It's that whole scene where in the first Jurassic Park where like he turns her head, but it's him turning Marty's head because he can't control it anymore, you know?
And here I am talking to myself.
All right.
Toretto sitting out in the fucking jungle saying, you know, we spared no expense on these cars.
Yeah.
All right,
mean,
let's play a game. Let's play a game. Let's play a
Right.
game.
Spacer Disgrace.
We're gonna play a little Spacer Disgrace. Yeah.
That is one big pile of shit.
I like that bumper. I'm gonna watch it when I take some. Anyways,
Yeah? Say less.
yeah.
I like that bumper too.
Yeah, Anthony made it. If you made it,
All right.
pretty good.
So this is just a rehash of real or fake. I went back, find some really bad sci-fi posters. So you guys are going to have some fun with this, I guarantee. So we know how this works. I'm going to switch my camera over, try and get out of the way of this silly thing. All right, that works. And we'll let you guys see what you think about these beauties. And a hush comes over the crowd.
Oh,
45.
sorry, I was
haven't-
talking shit in chat. Patrick said, Back to the Future Part 4 is happening next year. Trailer is out now. And I said, what's it called? Back to the Future, Shaken, Not Stirred?
Oh,
Yes, Money Penny.
I do like these graphics, though. I definitely do think... I think I know which ones are AI. I think.
None of them.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's possible.
Yeah.
Or all of them. Or some of them.
Or some of most all of them.
Or none of them.
I'm going to Google one of these after the fact.
Oh,
guess
easy
which
does it there.
Got a watch party going on that one because I'm here for it.
So yeah, those of you in chat, if you've never played this game, basically you're just trying to tell us which ones of these do you think are fake. You can tell us the reals and the fakes if you want. You could just tell us the reals and we'll figure out which ones you think are fake. Just trying to make it 1 through 6 is how we normally do this. I just stopped putting the numbers on because I got lazy. But that's really what's going on here. So what the panel's going to do now is they're going to tell me how many they think are fake, and then we'll go back through the panelists and they have to tell us which ones. So just because it's the way it's on my screen, Sewer Rug, how many do you think are fake?
Trace real, 3 fake.
Okay, 50-50.
Yeah.
Mr. Maximus. Which I figured you'd probably have a little leg up on this.
You would think so. I'm here for most of these. I'm gonna go 2 are fake.
2 are fake. All right. 1 less than Sewer Rug and Mr. Vandal.
Figured I'd change it up from my either going all the way to one side or the other.
I think 3 of them are fake.
Okay, so you're going same as Sewer Rug,
Yeah.
50-50. All right, nice job. Hey, we got anything in chat yet?
Yeah, Ern says he believes 3, 4, and 6 are fake, but all of them are awesome. Patrick
Correct.
says last...
Correct. Ern, you win this round.
You know what? Flattery will get you everywhere with me.
Goddamn right it will.
Patrick said last time we played this, I discovered one of my new favorite artists, Shit Kid.
We're just doing a service for you. Just
That's
doing
hits or
services, Patrick.
bullshits. This is space or disgrace. Let's get it right.
Great One Basky
Free.
says 5 is definitely real. Brother, I hope so.
I already got
Vandal's gonna get real intimate with that one later.
Yeah, she just reminds me of the 90s porn stars, all boob, no butt.
I guarantee you none of these are from the 90s.
I know.
No, God no. God no.
And there were so many to choose from. There really were. I could have done 12 on here really easily.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's for the next space.
Okay, Sewer Rug, which ones do you think are fake?
Okay, so in reality, I think they're all fake, but let's start with Bill Murray up top in the center there, riding his motorcycle. Yeah, Moon 44, absolutely not.
Okay.
UFO, you're a cartoon, and Mission Alpha, I'm not a fan of you. But I do believe the Avatar, Joker, Two-Face looking guy on the left, Galaxina, I'm praying, and Moon 45 obviously has to make sense.
But not 44.
Not 44 though. Get 44 out of here. We're going to 45.
Yeah. Somebody translate that. Which ones are fake?
No.
What did you?
Moon 44 and UFO are fake. Final answer.
Okay. Okay. Cool. What was the first one? I got the Moon 44 and the UFO.
Mission Alpha. Fake.
Okay. All right. All right.
That's
All right,
the-
Mr. Maximus. You said 2. Which 2 do you think?
3 and 6, Moon 45 and UFO. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so we got 1 vote for fake on 44 and 1 fake on 45.
Oh, there's no winning here.
Just splitting the difference is what we're doing.
Mr. Vandal,
You guys
give us
hit
your
quick
logic
select on
for
that
each
much.
because I love to hear what you have to say about all of these.
So I think 3 of them are fake, and I'm going to go with UFO because it really gives me that, like, if it didn't have the UFO lettering, I would have maybe believed it because it's not too bad, but the fact that the fingers are like one finger after the top ones, after like the ones are touching, they blend into one. Yes, Geekus?
It's pronounced UFO, not UFO.
I'm sorry, I'm not
It's
Japanese.
pronounced UFO.
But
that's the proper way.
You'll follow.
The guy that came up with the term says that it's pronounced UFO, not UFO.
As you guys see, Snorkel's here in spirit.
Make it into a decal and stick it across your mouth. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a decal. How dare you?
I just think that one's not real. It's too like headphones aren't even on her ears. It's like the Arthur cartoon. Anyways, so that one, I think Dark Nest is fake. Number one, because all the letters are real blurry together, and I get like the resize thing, but I know what resizing stuff does. That's definitely an AI kind of thing. It looks like to me at least. Moon 44, I can see being a thing. But Moon 45, I also think might be real, and I think you did that to throw us off. But I think, unfortunately, Galaxina is fake because of the lettering again. Even though I really think that would be cool. That side boob action, man. I gotta tell you, you know what? Let's get weird for a second. They don't make side boob like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like everything's super perky. You know, if that makes sense. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sure. All boobs are great. You know, of course.
I like a nice teardrop.
Yeah, a nice little teardrop boob, but you don't really see that. I like the fact that, the nipple's always telling you where to go. No, but yeah, no. She's total hot babe, but I don't know what she's doing with that fucking Fallout 4 modded submachine gun in space. But I don't expect her to wear a helmet. But yeah, unfortunately, I think that's fake. So I think that 2, 3, and 4 are real. Okay. Steve-O in chat says 1, 3, and 6 are fake. Patrick Conquest says UFO looks good though. UFO looks like it stars Bjork.
Good old Bjork.
Bjork, yeah.
Bjork.
What did I say? How's that different?
What are you doing in there, step bro? I'm Bjorking.
I told you not to come in my room when I'm Bjorking.
So Icelandic of you.
Did you get Steve-O?
Yeah, 1, 3, and 6 are fake.
All right. I assume we're all caught up with everybody. So this is the reveal.
Oh. Galaxina.
Got one. I was wrong on the moon. Yet again. Play it.
Damn, well played, sir. Well played.
My room.
I mean, I missed 2. It's fine. It's fine.
It's a space week. It's just like my thing. I love this kind of stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take some time and make 4 for this time just to see. It took a while. It did. It absolutely did.
Grey Wombaski knew the whole time that the movie I Wanted to Be Real was real. He says, "Oh no, Vandal, it's real." From the late 70s to early 80s. Yeah, I just Googled it. It had.
Does it star Raquel Welch? Because it should.
I came so close to using that. It funny.
Yeah. Some reason every picture of the actors are in black and white almost, and they all look like silent films. But apparently Dorothy Stratton is the model for that. And I'm not Googling Dorothy Stratton boobs. But I know it came out in 1980.
That's added to your list for things later.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, let me Google that real quick before I forget. No.
Google engineer.
Let me just bookmark this.
Yeah.
I'm going to bookmark this.
Share screen. No.
Because do you think Vandal's Google search engineer is like, oh fuck, it's Friday again? Weird things are gonna come up.
No, because throughout the rest of the week, it's a consistent across. Like the weekly refresh for his stuff it's got to take at least an hour to purge.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
And the NSA agent looking him up is just like, sweet Christ.
Yeah,
somebody tag me out. Jerry, you're next. Jerry, get over here. I can't.
I actually started using a VPN, and no lie, because one day I was really high, and I was like, I feel bad for my internet service provider. I was like, you know what? Some of this they just don't need to see.
But some people in Panama now are definitely looking at what you're doing.
I never used the one from Cuba. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. But yeah, so that was. I'm very happy with that.
I even put like folding lines in the Dark Nest, and you still. And I actually loved that name. When I got done with it, I was like, I kind of like I've never heard of that movie, but that sounds pretty cool.
That's a movie now.
And that UFO one came out so good. I was like, I like this regardless. So it doesn't really matter. But I'm so happy that I got one of you guys on the 44-45 thing. That was because
One of us.
I was thinking about it too. With the
Ern was
fonts.
like, I was 100% right except for one. That sounds like a trick answer.
So not 100%.
There's a 1 in 100.
You know what? It's all good.
And I'm like, Vando is gonna hit on that Galaxin font for sure. I fucking knew, and I can't say anything while you're guessing, but I'm like, yep, he's gonna hit on that font.
Perfect.
Wasn't me.
That's how they did it in the 80s.
Because I'm bad about putting taglines and stuff in, and I didn't do it on any of these. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I almost thought about 45.
You could guess just about any of them they were going to be fake, so you got you had a good chance.
Not once, Ern.
Yeah.
Not once.
Ern says, ever set your VPN to a different region to see what kind of porn is popular there? Me either. I haven't tried that yet.
I mean, I'm going to now.
Yeah, now I have plans for the weekend.
Playing Starfield? What?
Yeah. I have an iPad.
All right, so I guess the next thing we've got coming up is your tinfoil hat time.
Yeah, our tinfoil hat time, comrade.
Yes, our.
Oh, so are we wearing tinfoil hats?
Yeah, the bumpers up.
You can, if you like.
Yeah. Yogging. Patrick said, I read it as Galaxina, rhyming with vagina. Wait, can you say it the way he's saying it? Because I can't. I need to hear it. Galaxina. I can't do it. Oh, yeah, I forgot I left you guys muted for the bumper. Oops. Yeah. You guys missed so much. You guys just had to have me. Anthony said Galaxina and Alex Trebek. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone but Vandal's muted. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we told Suarug, Geekus told Suarug he needs to get matching the sweat cuffs to match his headband. But you know, I like it, Suarug. It's like if someone that, like, if Alex Jones finally went to the gym. Yeah. Yeah. Deadlifts are making the frogs buff. But yeah. So. Yeah. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. You're not. Yeah, it's the delay. Yeah. It's. I see it moving when you guys talk. Like. Yeah. I swear to God, if Ern's playing a prank on me right now. Yeah. Don't play. I don't like people playing on my phone. Yeah, there we are. Yeah. So, hold on. Let me hit the digital spliff. All right. I don't care if you can hear him or not. This is my time to shine. No. So, you know, we're doing it. They're fucking with me at this point. It has to be. Like, it has to be. Anyways. So, you know, it's a space episode and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I may have brought this up before, but, you know, I think we're at the right point in human society for me to bring it up again, because I repeat myself a lot, you know, Alzheimer's and shit. And he says, dude, I promise, there's no way you guys are still muted. Can one of you guys, like, oh my God, I hate you so much. Can you turn on your stream sound, or the show sound, Anthony? He said the name of the movie. Can you hear him? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on. Oh. Yeah. So. You were right, man. I was ready to dump you and go sleep with your sister, Ern. I unmuted the wrong thing and I didn't realize till I just looked at it. So
You
it was
unmuted
double. It was
Animal
double
Crossing?
mic me. I muted you guys and double mic'd me.
You unmuted Animal Crossing and left us muted. Like that was going to change anything. Unbelievable, man.
Hey, I gotta tell you, we've went like 9 months without a really big hiccup. I'm very proud. You know what I mean? We're gonna relapse. We're gonna go, fall asleep in a nursing home shop, a parking lot, and all that. But no, yeah. So you guys are back.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
More
So much good vamping there. So much content wasted.
Anthony could turn that to a long story short. Like
moments wasted.
Yeah.
When will then be now? That's
so
what
do you have a tempo at that time? Are we talking about something? All right, cool.
Where we're
Let me
at
go back
right,
to muted.
Where we're at now with the world and the environment and society, it's like basically, I mean, depending on how you look at it, it looks like things are falling apart, right? Like here on Earth, there's climate shit. People in like fucking Alaska are getting up to like 80 degrees and shit, People suck, I mean, people have always sucked, but like even more so now, and shit like that. And so, like, the planet might be getting destroyed. But I always wondered, like, how, like, we have this whole thing about creation and, like, not really creationism. I guess it's a creationism. I don't know why I'm saying these words. No. So, like, there's the story of Adam and Eve, right? The first two people on Earth, supposedly from the Bible, right? And all this stuff. And they just appeared because God created them and then made them. And then she sucked off a banana from a tree or an apple. And then, like, now we have, like, we're afraid to show our wieners to people. So anyways, what if, like, human society actually started on a different planet? What if we actually all did originate from Mars? There's a lot of stuff where we send the Mars rover there. There's like talk about old oceans they can track and shit somehow. And there's all this like proof that there was water there and there's oxygen somewhat and all this. And so as human society grew on that planet, granted, it's a much smaller than Earth. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like what, like 30% the size of Earth or some shit like that. Like, it's definitely not as big as Earth. And as Earth is right now, we got about 6 billion people. And granted, yes, there are some settled places, but there's not really anywhere to go anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to go to like the top of a mountain where people go to die, with their midlife crisis to get away from people at this point. You got to go to Mount Everest. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even go to Alaska anymore. People got there's houses in like Antarctica now. People live down there now. Panspermia, I think you meant to say Pesitimi. Yeah. Anyways. So, easy for you to not say. No. So I think I think that at one point, human civilization was very advanced. You think about it, we've come up a lot of ways and technology wise, and like the last 100 years alone, we went from horse and buggy to, TVs and flying through space and, Elon Musk's man boobs on the display on the internet. You know what I mean? And so, like, we've grown pretty fast, pretty far. And I think that, that's something that it's intuitive with the human mind. We're here to create things and make things better, somehow make them worse at the same time. So I think that what actually happened was the human civilization started out on Mars, right? And they were there, and they grew and, became a big prosperous civilization and stuff like that. But they also kind of had the same problems that we have today, because no matter what, through human history, we always hate each other. We always want to kill each other. We always destroy things just to prove a point, and stupid shit like that. It got to that point on Mars, right? And then they got to the apex of like, not quite space travel, where they could fly between planets, because obviously there would be a lot more evidence of that, I believe. But, they got to the point like we are now, where we're sending spaceships to the moon and, sending bald testosterone taking billionaires up to like, the hemispheres and shit of the planet. And I think that it got to that point and it's kind of like the Superman story, right? Because Superman's story's been around, forever in some sort of way. And I granted, like, it was created by whoever created it. But there's always this thing about, like, always like a chosen one or chosen people and stuff like that sent somewhere else to help them survive and prosper. And I think that at one point when Mars started to, like, fall apart and crumble, someone was like, oh, Kal-El, hit the button, and then fucking shot that fucking spaceship, space shuttle, whatever the fuck it was back then, to Earth, and it landed, and that's where you get your Adam and Eve creation story, right? Like, that's where they came in, and of course, Earth would have been like a paradise back then, because, all the plants and the animals, and, like, clean water and shit like that. But you would have to start at zero when you think about it, because, like, you could probably only get enough to send 2 people here. And that's why, if, like, we kind of came backwards, and, like, technology-wise, right, you learn to tend the lands, you learn how to use the animals, you learn to hunt, you learn to feed, and stuff like that. Obviously not irrigation yet or anything like that, because, you sent these 2 teenagers to this other planet to repopulate and survive the human race. And then something happened on Mars, fucked it up, of course, thousands and thousands of years ago, because, you can track this shit through science history that, different layers in the elephant's leg or whatever tells you how old it is. So it got to that point where that happened, and then people would be like, oh, why isn't there any, like, proof of, like, buildings and stuff like that on Mars? Well, climate change got so bad it got rid of the ozone layer, right? And then you got to think about space as a perpetual vacuum of fucking stardust and fucking weird shit we've sent up there, bags of hot Cheetos, for some reason a fucking electric car, and all this stuff, and, like, the sun's magnetic, pull and the UV rays and shit like that just fucking batters the planet, right? It destroys everything. And over thousands of years, all that stuff's going to break down, whether they use metal or stone, and stuff like that. Can't hold up to the vacuum of space, and that's why we can't find proof of it. And I think, to me, that makes sense, because when they landed on Earth, they had to start over, repopulate things, and have kids. You have the Cain and Abel story. And then when they got to that point, they were like, wow, like, our people sucked, we have to prevent this from happening again. Like, we can't have people, like, going running amok. We need people to, like, live in, like, a fear of a greater power that's gonna come in and smash you and smite ye if you fucking, go out there and do all this crazy shit and do all that. And that's how, in my opinion, religion was created, and then after that, that's how, you keep the populations in line. Because when you think about early history, everything was dictated off of religion. The only reason why the United States of America exists, because of religion pushing them over, from the British colonies, or from Britain to here, and shit like that. And so, in the long run since, instead of, like, doing something better for humanity, they created the same exact problem, but in a different way. And I think that when it started out on Mars, it was a lot more scientific, right? And then you had 2 opposing ideas of, like, oh, I want to test on humans. No, test on animals. No, I don't want to test on anybody. And they're like, we're all smart, so let's just fucking laser beam each other. Beam, beam, beam. And all that shit. And then here we are now, and we have to read, like, mean tweets and, have anxiety for calling for a pizza and things like that. So I just want to see if anyone else has any ideas about, stuff like that. Because, we keep sending shit to Mars, and there's always, like, this evidence of something. This evidence of something. Of course, you never know. But like X-Files said, the truth is out there, and that is out there. Yeah.
You're saying original colony from Mars, and then we just kind of came over here, and then they had, like, a bad president in the United States situation on Mars, destroyed the whole infrastructure, and now we're in the fake moon that is actually Earth.
Yes, actually, I did watch Moonfall. I'm sorry. No,
that is Moonfall.
Yeah,
that's Moonfall.
But yeah, and I think that that's where this all started and where it all came from. And granted, like, of course, like, you'd be like, oh, well, they're from that technological civilization. That'd be like someone saying to us, if we went back in time, like, why didn't we have iPhones back since forever and stuff like that? If you sent me back in time and they're like, tell me how an engine works, I'm like, pistons, and stuff like this. But I'm not going to be able to build you a fucking engine, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to do. I don't have my space fucking Pip-Boy fucking thing to laser a fucking CAD machine and all that stuff. And that's why we went backwards, you know what I mean? Not backwards, but I guess say basic. I don't know, simple. Simple.
Geekus, what about this philosophy that Mars was able to terraform Earth to be a place where they could live, and it actually worked like 10 times better than they expected?
Ooh.
That's a big word.
Yeah, that could work.
Terraforming, if you don't know what that means, it just means making the planet or the well, it's always planets, I guess.
Planet.
Tolerable
Moon.
for human existence.
Yes.
So it changes the air and it changes the, gravity and all
It's
that
like
kind
the
of stuff.
machine that was in the Superman movie where it was like
The Genesis Project from Star Trek.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or just about the entire part of Firefly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or a Gek, or a Gek from Fallout. But
That.
Ern in chat says this isn't even tinfoil hat. I basically agree with Vandal. I'm waiting on a curveball statement, waiting for the curveball statement. And then the Younger Dryas impact happened and it all got lost on Earth. So I think he means the when the asteroid hit. I think that's what he means. I could Google it, but I'm not gonna. He can explain it to me if he wants.
I think the first couple of explorers came down. It was Adam and Eve, and they just called home and said, "It's horrible here. Don't come.
Yeah. And then,
We're barely surviving." They just wanted to keep the place for themselves.
and then Adam was
It's
like,
Iceland
"I'm gonna
all
come."
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you think about it, like, oh, we were banished from the garden and all this stuff. And I think, it's like, I grew up in a religious stuff. And I'm not trying to attack religion and things like that. I mean, kind of, I guess. But it's like, when you think about everything in religion's kind of like a not a double entendre. I can't think of it. It's like a reference, right? It's like a philosophical thing where it's like, oh, we lost the Garden of Eden, and stuff like that, where you can have everything you ever wanted. And I think that could be like a reference to like living on Mars. You know what I mean? We had everything at our fingertips like we do now. You don't have to leave your house to get a pizza. You don't have to leave your house to get fucking socks anymore. You don't have to leave your house to get a fucking, gas station boner pill. Like, you don't have to do shit anymore. I get it. Like, life's going to get better. People in the 80s were like, oh, Toyota Celica, how's life going to get better? And then here we are, and stuff like that. But it's like, it's always evolving. But at what point do we become stagnant and, kind of like do this thing where we kind of destroy ourselves? Is it where, like we were talking about earlier, you're on the internet just attacking random people and you're creating this false sense of hate inside yourself and you're over here, doing things. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like most people. I don't like interacting with people, but I'm not taking it out on random strangers. Not keep it to myself. I'm a humble dickhead, and stuff like that. But there are people out there doing it. And I think this is like where society falls apart, is because the separate, and I'm not saying like segregation or anything like that, but the separation of society, I think, is a good thing, because then you can eminently go and you can enjoy the other culture. Now, when you go anywhere in the world that has a fucking power and electricity, you got a fucking McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, where's the difference? What gives you the reason to not necessarily live, but to enjoy life? You know what I mean? If you're gonna you could leave here now, go to China, have the same experience you have in fucking America, but you're not gonna understand them shit talking you behind your back. That's the only thing it is. You know what I mean? And granted, the lack of free speech, stuff like that. But there's no separation of anything anymore. We've all become one giant blend. And I get it. Like, you think about stuff like Star Trek and things like that, where a lot of people come together as a species and stuff, and they create like this better thing. But I just think that's too happy dystopian to actually ever happen, because there has to be some sort of conflict. It's in our nature. There's never been a time of peace in human history. You know what I mean? And that's what drove the people from Mars to here. Long story short, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Sewer Rick.
So if you could take Anthony's idea and pterodactyl into any planet in our galaxy or another galaxy, which planet would you pick? Just throwing it out there.
Saturn for sure, because how fucking bitching it would be to walk out of your overpriced space apartment and smoke a joint and look at those fucking rings.
Okay. He likes the bling. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
That would be a tough one, because isn't Saturn mostly gas?
Saturn is a gas giant. It would have to be one of. It would have to be one of.
That would be a tough one to. First, we have to make this a solid, and then we go from there. Yeah.
That's why we don't terraform Uranus.
Oh, just destroy it.
Also has rings.
It's already been destroyed. You can't do much.
It's gaping. Patrick says, my theory is that an alien named Prometheus crashed into Earth, found a caveman named Bob, and taught him how to be civilized, and Bob then called him God. Great One Basky said, but is Mars flat just like Earth? I gotta tell you, man, I've seen the videos.
Last time I was there, it was pretty flat.
If it was flat, cats would have pushed everything off of it by now. It's not.
Keira Knightley flat or Anna Kendrick flat?
Anna Kendrick is not flat.
But she's in between, you know what I mean? Like,
I think she does a good job of hiding them, but anyway.
But yeah, so that was my tinfoil hat theory. like there's crazier things that have happened, you know what I mean, in the universe. And of course, magic is only magic until it's science, and stuff like that, if you think about it. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff out there that we which might not know yet and might not be able to take advantage of because we have no idea. And I do think that we are hitting an apex in society. And granted, this has been said every year. A bunch of people drink Kool-Aid in the 90s because of that. They thought the world was over. You know what I mean? And they all died. And I feel bad for that fucking parrot and the dog they left behind. You know what I mean? Like, they just stand there like, okay, look at these dumb fucks on their fucking Birkenstocks. Anyways, but Anthony said he had something he wanted to add to the segment tonight.
Mine is like totally, completely different than that. So this I mean, the only comparison I can give is Uranus because it has to deal with that. No, I just had this stupid thought about pain, and I was thinking about, like, for a guy, the 3 worst natural pain. I'm not, not getting shot or stabbed or something like that. I'm just saying natural pain. All right. Has to be hemorrhoids, back pain, and tooth pain. And here's the thing. I've been thinking about this a little bit with the ladies in mind and thinking about childbirth. And everybody talks about how amazingly painful that childbirth is. Okay. Now, I can't relate and never will be able to relate to that pain because I don't know what that is like. But I do know that a couple of years later, they'll have another one. And I thought, has there ever been a moment in my life where I've sat around and thought, my asshole hasn't really been on fire or hurt lately. Maybe I should have some spicy food because I haven't had hemorrhoids in a while and I feel like I'm due. Or, hey, you know what? I think I'll carry a refrigerator up a flight of stairs because my back just has been feeling pretty good lately. And I think this is a time to maybe test it out. Or, I'd really, 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 this Christmas would really like to have a toothache because I haven't had one of those. I don't know if you've ever had, like, tooth pain to me is like the top. Oh, like, yeah. Tooth pain, you can be sitting watching TV and tears are just streaming down your face because, and I know Vandal's told stories, him gluing his teeth back on in the middle of the night and all that kind of crap. But so can childbirth pain really be that bad if people are doing it multiple times?
See, we'll never know. And they have those stupid simulator things. But I do believe it's got to, of course, it's got to be painful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I've squeezed out some pretty big turds, and I've never thought, that it's anywhere close to being as painful as a toothache.
No, and that's fair. And I do agree with you. Like, tooth pain's one of the number ones. I've told you guys about it. I had to get 2 teeth fucking capped, and they had the exposed nerve, and I was fucking dying. Like, I was fucking dying. Like, I was pissed. Like, stuff like that. But I agree with you with the fact of, like, number one, why would you have kids? Stop. Get some help. No, like, it's just a terrible idea. No offense to, like, your son or, or Sewer Rug's
son's like 25. Like, yeah. It's not a kid anymore, so we're good.
But,
Sewer Rug's the only one around here that's got little ones, so.
Yeah. But I agree with you on that. I do think that if you're willing to do it again and again, it's not that bad because it's not like it's like an addiction kind of. I mean, I guess for some people maybe. You see a lot of people out there with like 8 kids, hitting up the Dollar General, clearing out the fucking snack shelf. But fucking
like an adrenaline rush. Like, you want to go skydiving? No. You want to push out a kid? Well, kind of.
Yeah. And
yeah, good point, Steve-O.
Yeah. Steve-O says, I basically gargled Ambisol before just to try and catch an hour of sleep with the cracked tooth. Yeah, And, like, dude, when my tooth fell out, like, a couple years ago when we were doing the show, I told you guys about I had to, like, glue my tooth back on and all that stuff, the false one until I got the real one. I fucking took so much Ambisol that my blood oxygen level dropped, and I almost had to go to the hospital. Like, yeah, that's the same thing that happened to Dump when he was in the office and he got fucking COVID and shit. You almost die from shit like that, if it drops below like 92%. And yeah.
I'd carry super glue with me when this tooth was like really bad. They call me Black Tooth Grin. And we were making a left turn. I was like, what the fuck? And when I said fuck, my tooth flew out. Intersection. Stopped the car, went and found the tooth, super glued it back in. Good to go. Yeah, good to go.
Yeah, Ern, and I believe that. But I'm saying something that would be like, I guess I just don't see that that's going to happen naturally. But yes, I could definitely see that being pretty rough. And the thing is, it also lasts for an extended period of time. I mean, I understand there are ramifications after the baby is born, but it seems like they turn that shit around pretty quick. Geekus, I would love to hear your point of view on this, being that you're Canadian and you get the most wonderful health care.
It's pretty all right. I don't know. C-sections exist for women, so I mean, hey, if you don't want to naturally birth a child, that's an option.
A C-section to me seems like a reverse boob job. Like they make a small slit and they pull something out instead of sticking something in.
Yeah, I don't want to speak to it because I have no frame of reference. Having a hernia was pretty terrible. That kind of sucks for a while. Yeah, I don't think I have any grounds to stand on to compare. But yeah, tooth, mouth pain, anything typically in the head region sucks.
I mean, do you think that like 2 years could pass and you would forget how painful like your hernia was?
Oh God, no.
Right,
no,
exactly.
There's still more going on, which is unfortunate. Yeah, no, that was brutal. I was I was laid up a couple days ago because I had overexerted myself. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go lie on the couch for the next 8 hours with an ice pack on my stomach to get the swelling to go down so I could actually move again. Anything midsection or mouth or back, I guess. Yeah, midsection, back, mouth is just it's not ideal. Stay away from it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
because Vandal, you've caught yourself in your zipper.
Yeah, I have. I've caught my wiener.
Has there enough time passed that you do that again?
No, absolutely not. And and I get it. We have the different body parts thing, but I think you're actually super spot on with I don't know. Maybe I haven't hit the hemorrhoids part yet, but I do this. When you said that, I don't intentionally choose spicy food because I haven't. Well, I do actually. I do that, and then I fuck myself up for 4 days. You know what I mean? But it's so worth it to down a whole bag of hot Cheetos. But no, the back pain though for me personally, I'm sitting on this fucking orthopedic fucking butt seat thing, and stuff, and I've never been.
Is it a donut?
No, it's not a donut, but it's weird shaped and it curves around, and then it has this bump where my balls are supposed to go, I guess, and now my balls are fucking. Anyways,
that's supposed to go the other way.
I looked it up, man. It's weird. I thought so too. Sure? I was like, "Is this the toilet in the fucking family bathroom at a Home Depot?" Nope, it's not. No, but
no, okay. Carry on.
Back pain is the worst too, and especially I'm hitting that age now. I was in the military for a little bit, and I did a lot of sit-ups, and I think I did them wrong the whole time. I never used my abs. I used my hip flexor, right? And now, man, I'm sitting up from fucking 1 degree to a 3-degree angle. I'm fucking, I could take myself out of commission for days, and shit like that. And I think tooth pain, the back pain, spot on. I can't fucking do it. Back pain, especially as you're getting older. And don't get me wrong, I did some physical stuff younger, but I was never just picking up 90-pound bags of concrete and throwing them over my head or anything like that. But it definitely feels like
Jesus, Ronnie.
What did Ronnie say?
I don't want to do that.
No, hard pass.
Yeah. Ronnie, we don't have to do that anymore, man. But yeah, so I don't know on the whole birth thing. I don't think we got Sewer Rug's opinion on it. But I would never, ever intentionally be like, you know what? That 80-pound box looks great right now. I'm going to pick it up again.
With my back, taking my knees right out of the equation.
Go ahead, Sewer Rug. We're waiting with bated breath.
I mean, I've watched it happen twice, the whole birth thing. Not a fan of the show, it looks like a brutal situation, and I've gotten into some troubles and pains myself. Would I want to relive any of those pains or troubles that have naturally occurred? No, but mine come from stupidity, right? Like lack of maintenance in the grill area. I've done that before more than once, right? Where I've had those cavities that are earth shattering and focus delaying and all that good stuff. So I'm the idiot that's relived those horrible tooth pains, and I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan. Wouldn't do it on purpose again. Brush and floss. Brush and floss. That's what I got out of this. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah,
Brush
definitely.
And that's it. That's all I had. It was just long drawn out stone thought about pain.
But you know what? We can figure this out. Let's get someone to volunteer to let us crawl inside their cervix and then I'll crawl back out, and then we could do like Sewer Rug did with the toilet or the sewer pipe, and then, I could take the camera in there and be like, yeah, it's pretty,
Survey.
it's moist in here, like, yeah.
Yep, survey.
That's a whole nother type of video. And,
Yeah.
Sounds like a Pauly Shore movie to me, but that's okay.
Wheeze in the womb. No, yeah.
No wheeze in the womb.
Wheeze in the womb.
Oh boy.
All right, I only got one last thing left. So is that the end of tinfoil hat time?
Yeah, I'll put up the
That's
bumper
awesome.
for Google Foo. I like that bumper. It's gonna get us a copyright.
Oh,
No, I don't care.
it's not even 5 seconds.
I
of
still get
that.
copyrights for like the songs that was free and I paid for.
It's fine. It's
I mean, I cut it up pretty good. I mean, I didn't even leave anything like together, and it's so fast.
Ern asked if we watched the new Pauly Shore movie yet. Damn it! I remember you telling us about it, Ern, but no, absolutely
Guest
not. I don't want to.
House.
You don't meet your heroes. You know what I mean?
Guest house.
Yeah.
yeah, Venom had Carrot Top, and it was the worst experience of his life.
I hate Carrot Top before, and I hate him even more after.
I wouldn't watch a new Chevy Chase movie, that's for sure. So yeah, just saying. Pauly Shore's got some age on him now. He's not the weasel anymore.
Yeah, he's a
Just
skeezel.
the Weezer now, yeah.
All
He's the
right,
geezel.
brand new game for this evening. Here's the deal. I've asked about all of the simple trivia questions that I possibly have in my repertoire of things over the past few years, and I thought, what might be fun is doing a new game called Google Foo, where I'll put something on the screen, and then you guys have to go on, and you have to start on Google, and you have to go find it, and see which one of you guys has the better Google Foo. Now, I assume that Vandal is probably going to be pretty quick with this, so we'll go with, I'll pick individual people for each, one of these. I have, I believe, 10 of these available. And chat, you are more than welcome to jump in too, because basically, whoever gets the right answer first is going to, win this particular one. Now, Google Foo answers have to come in the form of a question. So that is the stipulation. Vandal, repeat after me. Has to come in the form of a question.
I'm going to come.
Yes, you are.
Upward inflection.
Basically, I'm going to
Denoting
give you a
question.
statement. And this all has to do with space, so it should be a lot of fun. And you just have to find the right question that matches the statement. So it should go really well.
Oh, man.
Sewer Rug, you're welcome to take points, but you know how these games go. Points don't really matter unless it's chat, and then maybe we'll do something special with them.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, since he doesn't come on as often as we'd like to see him, Geekus, why don't you go first and pick a number between 1 and 10?
6.
6.
Why
Now
so-
he'll have the first opportunity to answer, but if he doesn't get it right or can't answer it in a reasonable amount of time, then we will go on to somebody else. In 2018, Jim Chisel and Ron Perlman star in this sci-fi adventure that's really out there. These are hard. That's why I'm letting you guys Google Foo and find the right answers.
What is Outlander?
What is Outlander is correct.
Mm-hmm. 7 points for Geekus.
Now, I don't know how this game's going to go. It may go quick. It may go horribly wrong. I never know. But anyway, Sewer Rug,
Yes.
give me a number between 1 and 10 that's not 6.
Any of them?
I probably should have had something to write down the numbers that we are using.
I will write those down too. Let's go 5.
5. In 1998, Heather Graham and Lacey Chambers star in this sci-fi adaptation. And if you found this movie, chances are you put it back where it belongs.
Yeah. I'm using the Google as we speak.
Yeah, we probably should give a moment for chat to answer.
Yeah.
Too. I'm pretty sure Vandal already knows the answer to this,
Yeah.
so I'm just letting it go. I was like, please, Vandal, don't get this one.
Well, this was a big movie when I was younger.
It was.
It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, and back then Heather Graham was kind of like the hot, nice chick. You know what I mean? And of course, Lacey Shaber. Gretchen Wieners. That's my favorite.
Yeah. See, and
wow, amazing that I would use her.
So weird.
what
It's
could
almost
be
like I pay attention.
What should be Lost in Space, says Ern and me.
Is that a question?
Well,
Are you asking us or are you telling us?
When is Lost in Space? When? That's a question. 1998. No.
When is Lost in Space is absolutely correct.
Hey, I'm gonna give that.
Ayo.
All right, Vandal. Anything but 5 or 6.
7.
All right, 5, 6.
Oh,
7, 8, 9, dude.
I'm so scared.
In 2011, Sam Rockwell and Olivia Wilde star in this wild sci-fi adventure directed by Jon Favreau.
While he's doing this, is that the guy from that one show?
Yeah.
Better Living
Chat. I'm gonna let you guys have one too. If somebody will throw a number in chat, we'll throw one to the chat.
Yeah.
That isn't 5, 6, or 7 because those are already taken.
Better Living Through Chemistry. What is the movie you're asking about?
That was a fun one.
You just have to give me the question that matches this statement.
Is the movie Better Living Through Chemistry?
Are you asking us or are you telling us?
So an answer or a question might be, what was living in chemistry?
They said that earlier and it didn't work. What is Better Living Through Chemistry?
And that is incorrect.
Oh, man, I just typed it.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
So that would make Geekus Maximus up, or anybody in chat, obviously.
Yeah. 2011, you guys. Sci-fi adventure by Favreau that wasn't.
Oh, God damn it.
Yep, that wasn't.
I had to scroll down like 2 more
Mandalorian.
seconds.
Sam Rockwell, that's the Psych guy, right?
No.
Psych? He looks like
No,
Psych.
definitely not. He played in the
You're getting your NCIS.
Confessions of a
and your
Dangerous
CSU.
Mind.
Yo, say less.
Sorry, man. I just get
Well,
confused.
I'm just gonna throw this
Ern
out
did
there and
what I
see
did.
what happens. What is
What is
Cowboys and Aliens?
What is Cowboys and Aliens is correct.
Hey, another one for
That was
Geekus.
also a good movie.
He's at 27 already, you guys. This is good.
I think Olivia Wilde's an attractive woman, but man, her fucking chipmunk jaw in this fucking picture, bro. Like she's
Yeah,
smuggling
why
all the
hasn't
nuts.
she been in the Moorheads game? That's a beautiful specimen right there.
We need more. We need more Sam.
All right, I
Rockwell.
saw Ern throw
Sam
out the
Rockwell's
number
great.
3, so we're gonna give chat the first opportunity for a number 3.
Evo gets a point for this one as well. All right, number 3 on the
Number
list.
3, in 2000, Val Kilmer and Carrie Ann Moss get caught red-handed making this really bad sci-fi movie.
The Doors. Sorry. We're gonna let chat.
Oh,
The Doors.
Oh boy.
Isn't that what?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Intergalactic
All right, and anybody in
Wi-Fi.
chat, whoever's the first one to get it, just make sure that you put it in the form of a question, possibly with a question mark at the end for punctuation might be nice.
This movie wasn't
Or-
that bad.
Type upward inflection. I'll also accept that.
Nope, Olivia Wilde's whack job is not the correct answer. Sorry, Steve-O.
That was commentary. It's okay. We'll let that one slide.
Yeah, Steve-O's auditioning for Snorkel.
We'll let the chat. Yeah, pretty much.
And even though it does not have a question mark at the end of it, Ern's answer is, what is Red Planet? And Red Planet is correct.
Oh, Graham Basky's is a close second.
It is awful.
It's
You
not
have to
that
believe that
bad.
Tom Sizemore is a scientist.
Yeah,
It
that.
is- I've seen this week. I tried watching some, bad sci-fi, so we'd have, some questions for Google Foo.
Oh, I did
Oh.
too.
Oh my God, is this awful? It just, who picked this
Let me-
cast for this movie? I can't even fucking imagine. And The Matrix came out in 99. So this is Carrie Ann Moss's heyday. Like she's star of the world right now. What the fuck was this?
This is what killed Val Kilmer.
Yep.
I mean,
the weird thing is they spent a bunch of the time like starving for air. So yeah.
Fucking so an audience review. I had to read it because I hate people like the internet again, you know. I think that the reviews do no justice. Oh, hold on. Amy Martin said this 3 years ago. I think that the movie reviews do this no justice to this movie. It was filled with very believable situations, seem almost as if the storyline was true. I think they should reintroduce the film today because I believe the masses would love the storyline and suspense backed by science, facts, and possibilities. The spaceship was amazing. Funny, we are seeing spaceships designed that way by NASA. They did it first. And the technology is here that we know of, but how was that possible back in the year 2000 for a producer to imagine all this information so vividly? Bring it back. It would be an amazing smash. Best actors, too amazing. I love when people try to like, you know, it's like either this isn't realistic enough, bitch, it's Harry Potter, or it's like Red Planet. This is very believable. Like
based on a real story. What can I say?
Well, first, I want to say hey to Mike T. Thanks for joining.
What up, Mike T?
What up, Mike T?
But second, here's the science in this movie. So they've been sending algae to Mars and allowing it to grow to try and add oxygen to the atmosphere. It's like the building blocks. And when they get there, what they find are these bugs that have been eating the algae that shit oxygen, basically, is what's going on. Okay, that's not believable. Like I don't there's no part of that I think is actually believable because they
only cows
at one point they're able to take their helmets off and they can breathe on Mars, and so they have to figure out a way to make that possible, and this is their idea. And then at one point in the movie when Tom Sizemore gets attacked by the bugs, he lights a flare on fire and blows up like half the planet.
Yeah, and like
all
I get
of this
it.
is
It's not. Yeah, it's not believable, like this lady said. But I thought it was for the time period. I thought it was a good movie because, like, it's a it's fantasy. That's what I go to movies for. I don't want to.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have seen this.
Okay,
I don't remember it, but I did.
Wasn't
like
expecting
this
that,
movie.
but
yeah. Well, you got to think about it. This is 2000. This is back when I was almost living on my own. At the age of like 15, 16, and we didn't have the internet back then like we do now. I used to have to pay $35 in top up cards to preload a picture on a fucking Motorola Razr to see half a titty, you know what I mean? It still wasn't as good as the fucking late night scramble screens. So of course I watched a bunch of the $5 bin movies, and I'm talking $5 bin movies that time. It wasn't 2000. It was obviously around 2004-ish. You know what I mean? 2005 time. So of course this isn't the $5 bin at Walmart. Of course, Carrie Ann Moss, she's a great looking chick. Val Kilmer, I liked him in The Saint, even though, it's a cheesy fucking movie. And he was
actually, I kind of like The Saint, so yeah. I'm with you on that one.
And, fucking Batman, of course, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care how bad they are. Like, I guess I get older, I get more cynical. But back then, you just enjoyed what they had because you weren't just so overwhelmed with it. But I thought it was a decent movie for what it did. I mean, I'm going to enjoy a rock movie. But like, oh, how many fucking rocks are in this fucking rainforest? You know what I mean? But I thought this was a good movie. Like, for what
all of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Maximus, you're up.
Oh, let's go 8.
8.
I'm assuming Sue to tell us if we picked one.
Yeah, we got 1, 2, 4, 9, and 10 left.
Okay. In 2013, Harrison Ford and Ben Kingsley star in this underrated film that reminds us that where you start is not as important as where you end.
Just gonna go ahead and see if we can let chat catch up just a little bit. We'll just
fair enough.
Is this when Indiana Jones went aliens?
Yes. This is space archaeology. With this one,
no, Shia LaBeouf.
I was just thinking a lightsaber whip would actually be pretty cool.
A light whip. Oh, I really hope they bring them back into canon.
It would be similar to like Johnny Mnemonic, where that guy has the fingernail that he pulls off, and it's got like the laser thing, But
I really want them to do light whips in live action because that.
Why can't they give Han Solo a light whip? Like,
I don't know. He was already force sensitive.
I
don't care.
Chad is catching up. You better.
Alrighty. What is Ender's Game?
What is Ender's Game is absolutely correct.
I didn't know Haley Steinfeld was in this.
Ugh.
Geekus hates her so much.
Oh, I think it's a joint thing between the both of us. I can't stand her.
She's not good.
But she loves me.
She's becoming the new Forrest Whitaker. Like if she's in a movie, I'm probably not going to watch it. Yeah. All right, there, Suey. What you thinking?
Oh, okay.
What number would you like?
Things. Oh yeah, let's go numbers. How about the 4?
Four.
Number 4. I can only count to 4.
Yeah.
In 2017, Andy Garcia and Gerard Butler star in this end-of-the-world sci-fi adventure. Liking this movie depends on whether or not you can believe that Andy Garcia could be president.
You know what? I would believe that more than...
I almost wanted to save him for a president or God because I'm like, God damn.
I mean, I'm here for it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I've seen this too, and when he comes up as president, you're like, what?
Wait, what?
He kicks him in the hole.
Did the mafia take over the government? Like, what's going on here?
I mean, that's believable too. Why not?
Yeah, the guy kicks him in the hole. He's like, "This is outer space."
It's a black hole. It's great. Kick him over the event horizon.
So, what
Chat's
potentially
caught up.
possibly might be something in regards to a geostorm?
What is Geostorm? Would it be absolutely correct? And Ern got it also.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well played, team. Well
Steve-O got
played.
the last one too, right before
Yeah.
he has answered.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Guys are doing well. You're doing well.
Shout out to Mike
I
T.
tried to make this semi-easy as far as being able to find this stuff, but I don't think you could answer these without the Google thing.
No,
No.
not at all.
Oh,
It
no.
would be really hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mr. Vandal, you're up next.
Let's go with 10, but I want to shout Mike T real quick. He says, "Oh my oinkness, the scramble screens. Memories."
The pinkness is so much better. Checks out.
In 2008, Casper Van Dien and Jolene Blois star in this horrible sci-fi thriller, but they did put in their best effort.
Oh, it. I know it, and I know it.
And this answer is going to need to be complete.
What is Starship? Oh wait, I was gonna wait for chat, and then I didn't.
Or you whatever, send it. You already started.
They better be quick on their Google one too.
They gotta go.
They
We'll
gotta
know
go.
if they got it right when the delay catches up. So.
Right.
What is Starship Troopers 3 Marauder?
What is Starship Troopers 3 Marauder is absolutely
Woo!
correct.
Because that's the
Spicy.
original guy, right?
So yeah, that's the original guy. So so this was part of my week.
I'm so sorry for you.
I saw it and I'm like, this has to be horrible, you know, and I'm always on board for, you know, bad movies if you know I can stand to watch. So I started watching this, probably got a half hour into it and was just I can't. I just can't. This is worse than porn acting without the payoff. Like it's horrifically bad. Not to mention the bugs look terrible. It's just it's like somebody just placed them over, you know, everybody's reacting to, and you're like, some of the reactions are not enough for what's going on in the particular scene that you're watching right now. And you know, God bless Casper. I mean, is there more of a white person name than Casper Van Dien?
I can imagine that being an OnlyFans girl's name.
Honestly, at this point,
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I do
I mean,
want
that's
to
got to
point
be a
out,
rough name to grow up with.
Yeah, I do want to point out that it's funny how back in 2008 they thought that that's what alien female femininity would look like, but now it's just like 2023 lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's my neighbor. She drives a Subaru. I've seen her.
They always drive a Subaru. That goddamn
Following an old lady
hatchback.
to work yesterday in a Subaru doing 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I was just like, come on.
Aaron
would've
got
been
it in
That would have
chat.
been me.
Yeah. Ronnie
So
also
I'm
got
going to
it.
say that Geekus, I believe you're up again.
number 1.
Numero uno.
Just
Numero
because
uno.
that one's still available.
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of lost track of where we were.
We got 2 left. We'll talk about that later.
Number 1, in
Ooh.
1996, Natalie Portman and Jack Black help a donut maker and his grandma save the world.
Uh,
I know this one.
I know everybody's going Google to IMDb to the year, or the actor just scrolling down to the whatever year it is. It's fine. I'm going to figure out different kinds of questions for these, but I just thought these would be a good one to start with. And you guys are doing great.
Heard in the chat.
Anyone want to buy a broke Subaru? Ask her.
WRXY.
ooh.
I
Ooh,
I
Ronnie
totally
Jim's kinda
forgot
nailed
that
it.
he was in this.
Yeah, well, this was before he was any sort of anything, really.
Yeah.
very
This
true.
is
I can't
this
believe
is still-
High Fidelity came out before this, which that
Yep.
just shocks me. But
Mm.
right.
I was thinking about that the other day because I know that's Jack's first movie. I've seen the interviews, I've seen him talk about it, but
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did not know that
Chat's
this
there,
was that
guys.
close.
Yeah. Chat's
Oh,
got it.
what is Mars Attack?
What is Mars Attacks is correct.
Ugh, how do you have
Absolutely.
just so many people in this movie and it's
So
so
many.
bad?
I
It's so
love
bad.
it.
Because
You know
it's
what?
designed to be bad.
Yeah,
You have
it
to
is,
smoke
and
some
that's just
weed
it.
and watch that
yeah,
movie.
and that's just it. When I saw this when it first came out, being a young lad, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Maybe I need to just be under the influence of something. And
Jack
go back to
Nicholson's
it.
playing 2 parts in the movie.
Yeah.
And this
Right.
cast is still as big as it is. It's like, what?
Because
really
you
need the
can.
money.
Ack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. It's so good. Plus, it takes part in like parts of Vegas, which is my favorite. And it had the old fucking Space Needle looking casino before they imploded it, before we had the Stratosphere. And like Natalie Portman, man, she's a fucking American legend. Like, you don't, like, I don't know, me personally, you don't think about it, but Natalie Portman is a fucking legend. She does fucking Mars Attacks. She's done Star Wars. She's done her own rap song. You know what I mean? She's done fucking
Professional.
everything.
The professional, hell yeah.
Like Natalie Portman's a gangster, and Jack Black obviously is super cool. And I always forget that it's him in that because it's so out of character with what he's done since then. Because since then he's
I
kind of
agree.
been typecast. You know what I mean? You know, like what's that movie?
But he's so good at it.
Yeah, he's so good at it, and that's the thing. I'm not hating on
Be
him for
Kind,
being good.
Rewind. It's just fucking great.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite.
And I
one-
thought I would use Natalie Portman in this because, we know her as Amidala, but, we don't necessarily, think about Mars Attacks when you think about sci-fi movies and Natalie
Graham
Portman.
Basky says he watched it
Hey.
at a drive-in. That shit rocked. That would be an awesome way to watch this
Yeah.
movie.
I just
Yes,
watched
I've got
it
the hot
this
takes
week.
now.
It's on one of the free channels to watch, and I was like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have a Mars Attacks question in here. I had to make it only worth one because I'm like, this is the easiest question we're gonna have all night, but it was definitely worth it.
So glad I picked it then.
Yeah, he saved Neverending Story 3. His bully scene. Beautiful.
Never
Yeah.
seen it because I don't want to.
Oh, you're missing out.
He is the bully in that. That's the only reason I would watch it, but I just.
Oh, so
Patrick
good.
says the other one that messes him
Ugh.
up with Jack Black is King Kong.
Yes. Because he's the director in that. Oh.
Yeah. That
Last thing
bug seems retarded.
Adrian Brody ever did.
We got 2 more.
Nah, he
Let
did.
the pianist die.
The Lakers dynasty.
He did that one movie. What is it? The vampire.
Exactly.
The vampire. The vampire
Exactly. I
Marvel
rest
movie.
my case. I
The
rest
vampire
my-
Marvel movie. No, wait, that was
Just
Jared
keep
Leto.
yelling it more, please.
Vampire
If you say
Marvel
it louder,
movie.
it makes sense.
Count Cocula. No.
Pornhub.
All right,
Final
Sewer
answer.
Rug, pick a number, any
Yeah.
number.
Well, there's only 2 left, so I'd
Okay.
say 9-2. 9-2. 9.
9.
Nine. Yeah.
9.
Nine.
9.
Oh.
In 2015, the Wachowski sisters
Oh,
directed
come
this
on.
space film. This film descended into one of their worst films ever.
You want me to type all of that into Google, huh?
No, I really don't. I want you to get it wrong. That's the funnest part for me on these games.
Well, Chad, give me a second. It's a space film. Jiminy, this was 15. Okay. Chad, don't beat me on this one. There's
Oh.
a lot of W's in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my.
One of the
Oh.
absolute worst.
There's a little bit of
movies.
magic in
no.
this
It
movie.
should be just
Oh.
discarded.
There's a little
Oh,
bit of
no.
magic in this movie.
I would rather see the Shaq, or not the Shaq.
The
Shaq
Shrek.
Fu?
No, that movie about the genie. We were talking about
Kazam?
Sinbad.
Anthony.
With Sinbad, Kazam. The one
Anthony
that
I'd rather
Lewis.
watch that than this.
Anthony,
Yes, sir.
have you ever heard of Jupiter Ascending?
I have heard of Jupiter Ascending, and that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is there
That's my
a worse?
question.
Is there a worse sci-fi movie in recent years than Jupiter Ascending?
Sphere. Dustin
No.
Hoffman and Sphere.
No, it's
His-
bad. I'm not
his
saying Sphere's
dramatic
not bad,
scene-
but Jupiter Ascending is about a maid from Earth that is actually like some intergalactic queen with Channing Tatum as a dog boy. Like, it's fucking awful.
Okay, I gotta mention this. I have this problem of memorizing movie lines when they repeat themselves. Like in Tombstone, the memorized scene is Kurt Russell in a little lake or a little like stream up to his knees in water, and he's just blasting a shotgun, repeating no, 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 and he beats the bad guys. But in Sphere, Dustin Hoffman is talking to the AI, going, "Why, Jerry? Jerry, why? Why, Jerry? With all these different angles, and it's supposed to be dramatic, and it's just Dustin Hoffman. And I think Rain Man's going, "Why, Jerry? Jerry, why, Jerry?" And it just sticks with me. So Sphere, not that great. Not that great.
No, not that great, but this is. I mean, if somebody likes this movie, I would love to hear why. Like, that's a great debate topic, because I would love to hear why you think this movie is. It's awful. Absolutely.
Like, he got it too. I'm gonna give that point to my
Ern
team.
got it first, though.
Ern definitely got it first.
Yeah.
All right, you said we
And
only have
Steve-O.
number 2 is the last one that we have.
The only option left is 2. So Van,
Okay,
I'll
so
pick any
this
number.
going to
for you.
chat.
Yeah, chat
2 for
gets
you,
it.
chat. Pick a
Chat,
number,
you're
chat.
getting 2. So
Oh.
we're going to try and give you a chance to answer. In 2001, Stifler and Randy saved the world with a little help from Head and Shoulders in this sci-fi parody.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Oh,
I love this movie.
Butterfly effect. Isn't that weird? How he just-
I thought Vando would appreciate the Randy instead of their real name. So
yeah, I love that. Stifler and Randy. That's perfect. It's the butterfly effect, right? Because Stifler is like, "Oh, I keep going back in time. Where's my
that
dad?"
was
And-
Ashton Kutcher.
Same thing, man. Same thing. All right.
same thing.
Wasn't this guy on Punk? Like he was like, "Oh, I got you."
A
Where they
schooner
park
is
my
a sailboat.
spaceship.
Schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
Well played.
Ethan Supley's looking good, though. Good for him.
No, Patrick Conquest would almost be correct if it was a question.
Geekus, his like muscle gain, his like health
This
progress.
is the one with like the
insane.
spiders. And shit, right?
Insane. Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah. He is beefcake.
Ronnie said, "Fuck you, Patrick." And what is evolution?
Boom.
All right, Ryan Jim coming in.
So I don't care who we give the points to, but Evolution is correct. David Duchovny and Orlando
wow.
Jones are the
Oh,
stars
wow.
in this movie.
Wow.
I think this movie is great just because it is such a parody of sci-fi movies. Like, the whole world is going to be taken over, but they're able to kill the alien with shoving a fire hose basically up its ass and pumping it
love
full
that.
of Head and Shoulders shampoo because it has selenium in it, which is what kills the aliens.
And I love
See,
that
that's
Duchovny
believable.
was willing to mock sci-fi after doing the X-Files for so many years.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
for sure.
I don't know. I have this real love for David Duchovny. Like, I can watch a lot of his stuff. Like, I know you couldn't get into Californication, but I've watched like every episode of that. I even watched the one he did about like the 70s when he was hunting. Who was the guy that had all Charles Manson? Yeah, I can't remember what the name of that show
I saw
was.
that
It's
too,
like
yeah.
Aquarius or something like that, I think
Yeah.
is the name of it. But yeah, I really like Dave Duchovny. And
The
yeah,
Red
this
Shoes
movie is
Diaries. Oof.
this movie is it's got actually Stifler in it. It's not that he's not named that, but goddamn if that character isn't fucking Stifler in the entire
Yeah.
fucking movie. Just a moron. And no, I really like this movie a lot. I thought it was really good.
It was a good movie.
Beautiful.
I also really wonder why Orlando Jones and Orlando Bloom have never been in the same movie together.
Osmosis Jones? That movie?
Is it too much Orlando?
Yeah, we can't have that.
I
We
don't
need
think
Tony
Orlando's
Orlando in
been-
there too at that point.
Tony Orlando.
The three Orlandos.
Oh wow! So he's actually been in stuff since then. I forgot about a bunch of this stuff. But Orlando Jones is like his currently 2021 American Gods. I didn't watch that, but oh man, yeah,
Who knew?
First time I saw him was in The Replacements, I think.
yeah. He was in a lot of stuff though. He was in Drumline, Evolution, Primeval, The Replacements. Yeah, Biker Boys. I forgot all about that movie. That made me fall in love with Megan Good.
So, what are the tallies there, my friend?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so
They're there.
Vandal got 1.
Yeah.
Vandal won.
No,
I
got one.
got one.
Oh,
Sewer Rug got 1. Patrick got 1. Great Wombaxi got 1. Ronnie Jim got 1. Mike T got 2. No, Ryan Jim got 2. Steve-O got 3. Geekus got 3. And Ern coming in with a hot 6.
Oh,
damn. Man, he earned it tonight, didn't he?
He earned it.
But Geekus is the big winner on the panel because he got the most on the panel, so
Yes.
That gives him this.
yeah. With Stein. Accidentally clicked.
And that's
I'm
it.
here for it.
I'm a little over on time, but not by much. And
Yeah,
that's all right. It was a
people
good
had
time.
took
It was a
while,
good
so
These are people that are worth wasting time with.
absolutely.
We're here.
It's
So do you guys like the Google Foo? If I,
That's fun. That's fun.
okay.
It's good. I'm
also-
into it.
I think that if we I liked it like this, but I do have an idea that might make it a little bit more chaotic. No theme. You just fucking find random shit. And
Oh no, yeah. I wanted to. Whenever I introduce these games, I always kind of start out slow just to see, how you guys are going to go with it. So, the debates will get harder. This game will definitely get harder.
And I think that definitely the live combat between us would be like a fun thing to see who gets it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that would be cool too, but I'm like, how do I let them buzz in, or
Just fucking yell it out like I always do.
Well, Geekus here for the next debates. The debates are really fun. You got to be
the last thing this channel needs is just more of us talking over each other.
Yeah, but see, we've actually had a
but
pretty
also
good
at the
night.
same time,
Snorkel's gone LARPing, so I think we all had a pretty even keel on screen time here. Yeah, not that we don't miss you, Snorkel, because we don't. But no,
he won't watch this again. It's fine. He doesn't even have internet right now. He's in the middle of the forests of
he's in a
Argonia or something.
post-apocalyptic wasteland right now, fucking people up with a foam dildo or something.
Yeah, he's shooting people with Nerf guns. It's fine. And just
you miss his plethora of knowledge, though. Oh, Snorkel.
I don't think he.
Do you though? It's he just stays up all night.
Knowledge sounds like a '90s band.
At least the name of the album.
Poor guy standing in the fucking desert, on the album cover. Sorry, I don't know. That's how my brain works, guys. That's how
Into it. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
so here for it.
Anthony, you have a movie suggestion from Ern. It's called "Watch the Mortal Instrument: City of Bones" and tell me how good it is. And Ern says it's just as bad as Jupiter Ascending, so Ern doesn't like you. Patrick says there's a 2001 Spaced parody or whatever it's called. And so I started putting some links in chat. Geekus, you do stuff on the internet sometimes. I already put your Twitch in there. You got anything to say to these
thanks.
people?
First, it's great to be back. I'm going to do my best to be around more often. But hey, for now, it's a wonderful surprise whether I'm here or not. Chat, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are. Unless you're watching this on what do we call that? Words are failing me. Either way, if you're watching this not on any of those days, thanks for being here and taking some time with us. I've been not playing any video games on the internet for anybody because it's summertime and I'm actually out doing stuff.
Disgusting.
Maybe at some point. Maybe at some point I'll get back to the Twitch because Starfield is out and that game is going to absorb life. But thanks for having me, guys. That's all I got. Sewer Rug, what's up?
I really enjoy your tan, by the way.
Me too.
It's not a burn anymore. It's a tan.
I'm not pasty white.
So, thanks for joining us in another cosmic journey through this week's events. As we exit the atmosphere of another Friday, remember that even in the vast expanses of space, we find connection and community right here on the Friday Fallout. Until next week, may your weekends be as boundless as the universe itself. I'm Sewer Rug, signing off from the Friday Fallout Mission Control.
It's like David Attenborough meets Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
I just
here
watched The
for
Great Escape this week with David Attenborough.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Such a great movie. I've watched it like
Oh,
twice.
I need
love
to
it.
rewatch that one again.
All right, so The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, and 2001: A Space Travesty. That sounds like it's right up my alley there, Patrick Conquest Pants. Awesome. Well, you can follow me on Instagram at I'm_Anthony Romella. I'm going to give you guys a code. It's probably a little late in the episode for that, but Rogue Shop has been running this code, and it's 23% off, which is a lot. They released it on some of the sports forums, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to give it to my people. So it's just Rogue Shop 23. That's it. That's all you got to put in there. 23%. That's almost a quarter off of regular prices, and we've done a ton of sales because of it. So D&D, THC, CBD, we got some new products on there. Check it out, rogueshop.com. Anyway, that's going to be about it. Keep an eye on Instagram because we're going to have a really kind of fun show theme next week. But you just have to wait and see what it is. Anyway, Vandal, why don't you take us on home, buddy?
No, sorry. It's been fun to be back. We took that week off, and I'm glad to be here with everybody. Anthony, thank you for putting everything together. I did have a lot of fun with Google Foo. I think this is also going to turn into a fucking total bitch fest when Snorkel's back, and I can't fucking wait. Other than that, chat, you've been beautiful. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for being here and being who you are, because a lot of what you do in chat is a lot of what we base stuff off of. And it does feel like you guys are our second family. So, when I leave my real family behind and come visit you on the weekends in Rhode Island with the white picket fence, just know I love you. That bitch at home, fucker, whatever. No, I like the poodle better. No, but we will be back next week, like Anthony said. We do have a pretty bitchin' theme. I'm excited because, anyways, I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to give it away. But yeah,
Well,
yeah. So on that note, have fun this weekend. If you touch a butthole, wear a dental dam, I guess. I don't know. And yes, you can catch herpes in more than one place, so don't do it. Other than that, you guys are beautiful. We love you. You're very special. And we'll green you next week. I hate myself. All right, bye, everybody.